how did you guys come by your seemingly extensive, well, thank you, video game and pinball knowledge? Books, magazines, internet? It's a combination. A lot of it's time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I've been following retro games or getting back into it since I'd say 97.
Right.
Probably definitely 98 with TASR's NES archive and starting to learn about it. But I'd say even 97 is when I started to get. I think I went back to Funko and got an NES and said I wanted to start doing this. And then it's the internet. It's talking to people. It's going to flea markets and seeing things you discover. Wow, I didn't know this existed. Then you run home and look it up. That was a lot of it. You find a game you didn't know about. You put it in back when they were $1 each, and you play the game and find out about it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just being immersed in it since I was a kid. Having had a system from every generation since the Nintendo, going back to, I went to a flea market and bought an Atari 5200 when I was 12 because I'm stupid. And I love that system. A lot of it was the boom on the internet in 97. The internet was a great place for nerds to gather. And, back then, video games were still very much that domain. So we all pooled our information, and you learn a lot. And a lot of it is, I always joke, I credit a lot of my video game and pinball knowledge, any obscure knowledge that I have, to the fact that I'm a pretty bad insomniac. When you have nothing to do at night, and you're tired, and you're too tired to really play a game, but your body won't let you sleep, you just read about topics that interest you. Pinball is actually interesting, I'm not going to lie. I knew a good deal about pinball because I played a shitload of it growing up in the 90s. But when I went to go buy my first pinball machine 2 years ago, I took 3 months and basically just read everything I could find on the internet about pinball. About repairing pinball, about the different machines, about the different designers. Pinball was a little bit easier, though, because there are only about 795 post-electromechanical machines.
Only 700?
Only, yeah. But, I mean, it is a lot, right? But when you think about learning about the NES library, well, it's like learning one video game library.
Okay.
So it's not a ton to take in. Now if you want to go all the way back to electromechanicals and, bagatelles and stuff like that, there's a lot more to learn. But really, yeah, it's just putting the time into reading about what you're interested in. Some people might do better with videos. I do way better with reading. And yeah, that's it.
I think I know you get on collectors, but the one thing about collecting is that you have to have knowledge to know what you're buying and selling or looking for. And if it wasn't for me collecting games, there'd be no reason to learn about a lot of the video games that I have or even want to play. So there's something to be said for that too. It's what you come across. It's like when you learn about new topics, there's no direct way to do it. Sometimes it's osmosis, or you learn on the fly, or you get fragments and pieces. That's just how it works.
Yeah, I mean, you always get. I mean, yes, the general term collector is not something I'm particularly fond of, but we still had to learn about the games the same way. I mean, so yes, as a collector, you are going to learn a lot about games because you have to know what you're buying and selling and trading. As a person who plays games, you have to know a lot about what you're buying and selling and trading so you don't end up with a pile of crap that you don't want. I mean, everyone's gonna pull from that same pool,
and you're never gonna know everything.
No,
so Ian and I don't know everything about video games.
No, absolutely not.
The good thing about us is that when we shoot the video game years, usually if one of us don't know that much, the other person does. Yeah. So it's like you're never gonna I'm never gonna be an expert because I don't enjoy them that much on dungeon crawling games and roguelikes
or Namco.
And I like some Namco. I love Sky Kid and Pac-Man and RPGs because they're not my main focus. But right. I know a lot about platformers and sports games. And adventure games and stuff that I gravitate towards, and weird games like
Gunship,
and Gunship, Micro Prose games. Damn it, F-15, Strike Eagle. So I don't know where we're going with this, but that's what it comes down to. And it's not like it's not easy to any topic. It just takes time, and you have to put in the time. And this is like, Jesus Christ, how long was this? Like 17 years for me.
Yeah. It's not super genius stuff, man. It's all we've done with our lives.
Yeah, which is sad, I guess.
But
yes.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to. You know, I mean, you can pick up a lot on the internet these days, but it's just that this is the hobby that I've always known. It's just like it's like I've got friends and I'm like, the fuck's wrong with blah blah blah, or that car thing, and they're like, oh, it's this, that, and the next thing. Well, they've worked on cars since they were old enough to be underneath a car.
Sure.
You know, it's just, what do you know? What have you always done?